I think it'd be the top 5 loadouts to use in Warzone. So first of all is my growl. This thing is pretty amazing. Oops. So you got the whatever this is called, the suppressor right here, monolithic. You got the vertical foregrip. You got the standing mag, which it comes with the conversion kit right here, and the heavy stock. This is the growl for me right here, which is pretty good. The KSV. Look, every time I came up close to opponent, this KSV was helpful. If you don't like the recoil of it, if you're not a movement demon, the balance stock or the infrastructure, I think the balance stock is much better to run with this because you get more mobility and all. But I liked with no stock, but this with the no stock off, all these for the compensator, the reinforced barrel, ranger foregrip, and extended mag 2 makes up for the stock off, so it makes it good for it though. So that's that. And then we got the kilo, which this thing really have no recoil on it. You have the Willis 3X suppressed for the muzzle, gain twist barrel, vertical foregrip, extended mag 1. See, I don't have the if you want to run, if you're gonna do this for Verdansk, I would recommend like using the extended mag 2 for more ammo magazine capacity. That's what's gonna be good for you to use. You have the SOG, which I think once the KSV gets nerfed, this thing is gonna come in good and all, because this thing is pretty amazing up close for TTK and all. That's that build. So the Car 98. Look, I used this one game. It's still amazing, yo. The Ranger collar for the optic. This muzzle right here, it's pretty amazing for the bullet velocity. So I recommend using this one. You have the barrel. I don't know how to say that. The long barrel. Okay, yeah. Use the high velocity for ammunition right here because it does like more damage and all. If you don't want to use, like, if you want to run with no stock, take the underbarrel off and run the no stock if you want to use. That's your choice to run it. Okay, so the reason why I chose the PP19 is all that, like, back in Warzone 2, when I was running the car, it was best to have a sniper support weapon. So I think this is pretty amazing to run with this right here. The PP9. I can't, bro. I can't say pronounce this stuff right. But it has a little recoil at like 50 meters, but 25 is like most we're gonna shoot people at. So that's that build. So the GPR, I really don't use this, but if you don't feel like using the growl or the kilo or the AMAX, I recommend like use something that you like. But I recommend using this. This build. This gun is alright, but like, oh my goodness, I hate this part. Pretty amazing, but the idle sway at the 50 meter mark is what makes it bad. But if you don't want to use that, I mean, like, I don't know what else to use to do. But the PPSH, see, look, I don't have the Ladra as a weapon, but the PPSH, it is pretty good for fire rate. But so is the Ladra, but once I have locked the Ladra, I'll make a build for it. See, it has a pretty good fire rate, yo. See, like, you have to control the recoil, that's the only thing bad about it. That's what you gotta do. So yeah, this is the build, and this is the PPSH build right here. Alright, then the AMAX. Okay, so look. HDR, if you're gonna run for dance, if you're running a big map, use a big sniper, right? Because you don't want to use no AR for a big maps and all. Like if you compete in tournaments, no, use a sniper. If you don't like the Car 98, try this HDR build out. It's pretty amazing. Okay, now look, the AMAX right here. This thing is basically, this thing right here is basically a SMG. Like, look at that. That thing is pretty good, yo. You're not gonna shoot up 50 meters. That's what HDR is for. You know? And then for the tacticals, I'm running the smoke grenade and impact grenade for the HDR. If you are, you're just gonna need a stem. If you're like one of those fast movement people, this. For the car, I recommend using the smoke grenade. That's your choice if you want to. Use survivor, quick fix, and tempered, and overkill because I don't like the BO. I don't really use BO6 weapons, well, except for here. Yeah, this is a loadout I use. Recommend. Peace out, yo.